What is a PTC? This question comes from Stephen in Fort Myers, Florida. Hi, everyone. I'm meteorologist Amy Sweezey. Thanks for tuning in to this Ask Amy segment. A potential tropical cyclone, or PTC, is a weather system that isn't yet a tropical depression, tropical storm, or hurricane, but it is expected to develop into one and pose a threat to land within 48 hours. The term is used by the National Hurricane Center so that watches and warnings can be issued before a storm officially develops. Think of it sort of as a storm in waiting. The area isn't organized enough now to be classified as a tropical depression or storm, but forecasters are confident that it will organize soon, and people in its path need watches and warnings to take action. The PTC designation didn't even exist before 2017, but it was always problematic when the NHC couldn't issue watches or warnings until a system met the criteria for a tropical cyclone. And as we know, sometimes storms strengthen right before landfall, which doesn't leave enough time for warnings. Having this PTC designation allows the NHC to issue tropical storm or hurricane watches and warnings earlier, which of course gives people more time to prepare. It also allows more communication about a developing system that isn't organized yet, but is strongly expected to do so. If an area is expected to organize quickly and threaten land, that's the key, NHC will label it potential tropical cyclone 1, potential tropical cyclone 2, etc., and they'll issue those warnings. If an area is expected to organize quickly but is in the middle of the ocean and not expected to threaten land within 48 hours, the Hurricane Center will not label it a PTC. It will be monitored, and then it will get labeled once it gets better organized and is closer to land. So if a PTC develops a defined circulation and sustained winds up to 39 miles per hour, it will be designated a tropical depression and also be assigned a number. So it kind of goes from PTC1 to TD1 or TD2, et cetera, tropical depression 1 or 2. If the winds then reach 39 miles per hour or higher, it becomes a tropical storm and receives a name from the hurricane name list. And by the way, if you're interested in learning more about how hurricanes get their names, you can check out my other video, which is linked down below in the description. It's an Ask Amy question that I received called How Do Hurricanes Get Their Names? If the named storm continues to strengthen and the winds reach 74 miles per hour, it's now a hurricane and it keeps the same name. If a potential tropical cyclone doesn't develop, the PTC designation is just dropped. So here's the most important part of this entire video. If you hear potential tropical cyclone in a forecast, don't assume that it's harmless because of the word potential. Just because it's not a tropical storm or hurricane yet doesn't mean it won't be. In fact, the PTC label is used because dangerous winds, rain, storm surge, or flooding could arrive before the storm even finishes organizing. A PTC should be treated as a tropical threat, and you should prepare the same way as you would for a named storm. And that is what a PTC is. Thanks to Stephen in Fort Myers, Florida for the question. If you have a weather question that you'd like to ask Amy, head over to my website, amysweezey.com, and find the contact tab. It's at the top of the page, and you can submit questions there and then just pop back over here on YouTube to see if your question is answered. Of course, as always, please give this video a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe to my channel for all of my Amy Sweezey content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.